in vehicle for temperature.
What the hell is going on?
It just doesn't feel like it at all.
Well, the snow.
There's snow
Now it's
out there now. This is a slushy pile, yeah.
We're supposed to even get more tomorrow, I think.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Yeah, snowfall warning tomorrow. What am I doing here? Go visit Michael.
Morning?
Come on. Ooh,
Oh, Colin, I thought you'd be up at the ski hill today.
We tried
Who plans these things?
to rein him back in.
I think I'll have to head up tomorrow.
Yeah, it should be. Hopefully they don't have any.
yeah, the road will be closed. It's supposed to snow like crazy tonight.
Yeah?
Snowfall
I just-
warning.
I just have to push Colleen out of the garage and then I can go to the ski hill.
Oh, okay.
They started down the hill.
Saying my roommate shoveled the driveway when I came out. I was like, wow. I think it's amazing. I love it. Best roommate ever.
Send him over to our house when he's done yours.
Yeah. And I have like a double driveway, actually. It's kind of enough for 3 cars, so it's really quite a lot to shovel. He did the whole thing and the walkway and the steps. Because I'd gone out early to do all that and done.
Perfect.
Ooh, cleaned your
Perfect.
driveway?
My roommate. It's great.
You said he's a hockey player?
No, he's a snowboarder. He's a skateboarder. He works
Oh.
at Tribute. Skateboarder, snowboarder, you know, and he was off snowboarding this morning. Just
I
Got
bet.
up to it early before it turned into cement.
yeah, exactly.
Where we live, it's even getting,
Melted
yeah.
and
it's
icy.
getting
Yeah.
It was raining at our house almost, but,
snow.
well, it was wet snow.
Yeah, it's melting. I mean, it was 2 degrees when I left the house.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it's the perfect light champagne powder last night.
yeah,
Oh, it should be nice up at the hill, I hope.
Yeah, it's
sure
nice
it
to
is. Yeah.
have an inversion up there.
There is no good snow unless it's above us.
Yes, I agree.
Oh, sorry.
Although it's the retailers, definitely it makes a difference when people shopping.
Snow?
I say,
Better without snow?
no,
With snow.
yeah.
Really? People don't have the Christmas feeling, I guess.
Feels more like Christmas.
When there
Yeah,
is snow.
Yeah.
People are, and then
I don't know. I spent too much time
buying
overseas.
winter stuff,
Right.
which is what they have, right?
Right, of course. There's snow too.
We're supposed to get a whole pile more, but I don't know how much of it's going to accumulate.
Just has to stay for the weekend, and then it can go.
Just for Christmas.
Still Monday, and then
It's supposed to be cold.
Yeah, it's supposed to get
Keep
colder.
saying that, but it's
Now-
not
now
coming.
I actually, when I looked at that, it was Ottawa.
Oh. I was
Would you-
like, there's no way.
Now they say it's, minus 13, 14.
Well, it's supposed to be minus 11 on Friday and minus 12 on Saturday.
It's a minus
Oh, I'm
11.
supposed to be going skiing. I don't know.
Where are you looking at that, Robin?
BC Weather,
Oh,
Allison.
where I thought I was. The Weather Network. That wasn't mine. Good.
I apologize, council. An 11 o'clock start.
What, you forgot it was snowy?
Oh, no, I forgot something else too. Oh my goodness, I'm sorry, I'm not usually this flustered.
Councillor Morris and Councillor Daly are both on the telephone.
Oh, thank you. Hi,
So be
everybody.
sure everybody speaks into their mic, because that's how they're going to hear you.
Oh, thank you. All right, let's bring this meeting to order. It's a special regular meeting, a committee of the whole, Monday, December 18th. And I would like to begin with our Aboriginal acknowledgement. The City of Nelson acknowledges all Aboriginal peoples on whose traditional territories we stand. We honor their connection to the land and rivers and respect the importance of the environment to our strength as a community. Could I have someone adopt the agenda, please? Thank you, Councillor Warmington, seconded by Councillor Adams. All in favor? Opposed? Motion carries. We now have,
It's the special agenda, so
right,
we-
so we're not going in camera. We're
Not
we're
yet.
going right here.
Yes.
All right. So we'll now hear from the Nelson District Arts Council regarding the Mural Festival.
No, it's
We
a,
won't?
it's a decision for them. They
Thank you.
presented before, so you do
Right.
need to open your agenda.
I just need to open my agenda to that, yeah. Thank you. Thanks, Council. I'm sorry I'm a little, I just got off the phone, so I'm, here we go. Where's Councillor Morrison calling in from?
I am in Palm Desert.
Nice. Palm Desert. And Councillor Daly?
I'm about 200 miles east of there
What's the
in
temperature?
Sedona, Arizona.
Janice, what's the temperature?
25.
We're almost at 70.
Ooh, thank you.
70 Celsius?
Yeah. It's a little warm down there.
My agenda's just taking a wee bit of time to come to grips with itself. It's still thinking.
There we go.
Have I got it? Oh, thank goodness. There we are. Cannot find Arial Bold, of course not. All right. So at a committee of the whole meeting on November 27th, Sydney Black, she's the executive director of NDAC, provided a presentation requesting that the city contribute $40,000 towards the implementation of a mural festival in Nelson. And we have a recommendation as that council passes the following resolutions. That if the city provides a grant of $25,000 to the Nelson and District Arts Council for the purpose of holding a mural festival to be funded through the Downtown Reserve account for 2018. Should I do these separately together?
Yes.
Yes.
All right, so do I have a mover?
I guess, yeah, you can move and second that.
All right, let's move in second again. Thank you, Councillor Sherbo, seconded by anybody? Councillor Warmington, and all right, so it's on the floor, and do you have further information?
Yeah, I just want to explain why we have these three resolutions here at the, in relation to this. So the Downtown Reserve Fund, as council recalls, comes from some taxation we used to pay on parking, which we, when the government switched from PST to HST, then back to PST, there was some taxation saving. So we took that taxation saving and put it in this downtown reserve account. It generates about 80,000 each year. So it's an ongoing funding stream. And since this is an ongoing proposed program, we felt that was the most appropriate place to fund this from. Now, the reason why we have these other two resolutions in there is that we had targeted the money for 2018 to go to the towards the Hall Street project. We're hoping we may not need that, but the last bid package closes, I think, sometime this month. So we don't know that final cost of that project, and obviously it will be under construction, and although we're carrying contingencies, it's in early days, so we're so really the Downtown Reserve Fund was going to fund the artistic elements. Council had asked us to add some additional Nelson aspects to the project, and those are some benches, the railings, etc. So that's the about $50,000 that we potentially need for that project. And the other piece is the Prestige was certainly, well, as part of the agreement with the Prestige to expand onto their property, that we would go ahead and install another washroom down there. They're seeing heavy use of their washrooms by the public when they're along the dog walk, and as this area gets busier and busier, we'll see more demand on that. So the project budget does carry the rough-in cost to have that to the site, but this we're anticipating, similar to the other washroom, up to,
So will it be like the one we have on Baker Street? And where are you gonna put it?
it's on the plans. It's I think a bit to the west of the where the gazebo is.
Well, it's not in that circle, though, is it?
That's all park now, so that's not a driving area. As you know from the plan, that area becomes grassed
Oh, okay.
in area. So yes, it'll be in that part of the area. So anyway, I guess the gist of this is we believe that the Downtown Reserve Fund is probably the best place to fund this. There are some other reserve accounts that are inactive that we haven't taken, that are, we're really not drawing on. So we do think there's some additional funding there that, if needed, we could fund these kind of one-time costs, which are the artistic elements for the new park and the new washroom.
Councillor Warmington?
Well, I do think that it seems to be the right place to take it from. I understand that the festival is part of our Lanes Alive plan, which is part of our downtown urban design strategy.
Yeah, certainly the murals are. I don't know if we're anticipating a festival, but it's a great way to make it exciting to see that stuff come to life. And like I said, that's really, it's an ongoing fund. So if we're recommending that it be funded this year, and unless you do it contractually, you can't really bind a future council that they would have to fund this. But certainly there would be a funding source that could fund it in future years.
Thank you.
Any other questions or discussion? Are you ready for the question, Council?
Only doing number one, right?
Yes, only one number one.
I
All in
did
favor-
have one question.
Go ahead, Councillor Daly.
Wondering what's the balance in that the fund that the city manager was mentioning?
The downtown reserve account or the reserve accounts? So for the downtown reserve, I think Colin's projecting that we should have about a $40,000 surplus this year. And it'll have another 80,000 in it next year. So we should be, so some of the other things that come out of that are the sculpture program is funded out of that. The downtown washroom was funded out of that. The CDC would like to finish the tile work on the social steps in the Hall Street Plaza. There are also some discussion about extending their railing in Railtown, the one that's over the bridge, to extend it along the creek. We have, the pipe railing up there, but it has snow fencing on it right now, so it's certainly not a permanent location. So really, that is the funding that council has to support these sort of downtown waterfront improvements. So there is definitely lots of projects for that funding.
We could put up Christmas lights.
It could fund Christmas lights too. Yeah.
You better, no, sorry.
Well, and beyond Christmas lights, I think the lighting plan is looking at lighting in the downtown as opposed to just at Christmas.
Yeah. Further questions?
No.
All right, all in favor? Opposed? Motion carries. Second, that if required, the city fund the artistic elements that are being added to the new park at the Prestige through any remaining balance in the downtown waterfront reserve, and then through the inactive reserve accounts to a maximum of $50,000. Do I have a mover? Councillor Sherbo. Do I have a seconder? Councillor Warmington. Discussion.
Seems like a good place to come from.
Hearing none, all in favor? Oh, go ahead, Councillor Sherbo.
So you said this fund is gonna fund putting up the washroom, bathroom?
Well, that's the third
Oh.
That's,
Oh,
that-
right.
that's, we're not
Sorry.
dealing with that yet.
Yeah, we don't, yeah.
Okay, so we're just dealing with the artistic elements. All in favor? Opposed? Motion carries. And third, that the city fund the new washroom at the Hall Street Waterfront Park through any remaining balance in the downtown waterfront reserve, and then through the inactive reserve accounts to a maximum of $150,000.
And-
Let's get a motion on the floor first.
I'll move it.
Okay, Councillor Adams, and seconded by Councillor Warmington. Go ahead, Councillor Adams.
If it's the same as the one on Baker Street, what did the one on Baker Street cost?
I think. Once it's.
Hear anything from them, what I'm assuming is that they're in favor. Yeah.